Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Void. I'm Player 1.
I'm Player 2.
Welcome back to Danganronpa.
We're continuing with the trial.
Last time, we started it, and holy shit, Hifumi was evil. He killed Taka.
Yes, but someone killed him.
So who killed him?
I'm guessing it was Celeste.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
Well, yeah.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But
They did find out what hammer.
seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Did you saw what we saw in the repository? In the back wall?
Yeah. Hammer. And one of them was wet.
It's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
I really hoped that would have been it.
What was used to
'Cause that
kill
would've been funny.
Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Because it was already there.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
Nope.
Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why?
So then how would he have died then?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Yeah. But... Okay, so I think we have to take something from here.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Take it.
Take the two murders?
Yes.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies if there's, in this case, however, there were two murders.
And then use that on impossible.
Based on the rules, even if more than one person is from, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is...
No, that's wrong.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
So, by this logic, would both of them graduate? Since they each did a murder?
Yeah. They both become blackened.
So then by that logic, if there was somehow in a scenario where like half of them killed the other half, would all of them graduate?
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Yeah. When you think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
True killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Celeste.
Junko Enoshima.
There's my answer.
Got it.
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Encountering a suspicious individual.
Yes.
The screen.
Encountering a suspicious individual.
Is these kind of both?
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Yeah.
You were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about
Was
it.
this before we found
We didn't find Taka yet.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really
It's
get
like
what it
Mondo
means.
again with the damn blue jacket.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yaku said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? Those guys, plural, and she wasn't supposed to know about Taka?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
I think you have to.
We have to hold something?
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Wait. Do we hit those guys with So Strange or So Strange with those guys? Probably So Strange with those guys.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes to finish it.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Really? So it's the other way.
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
They must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's
Die,
all it
we're going
takes.
to
What was
die,
so
die,
strange about
die.
Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like.
No, that's wrong.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Got her ass.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
At least I
She's
thought
gonna
we did.
gaslight us.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Shit.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi
He's
away?
acting.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Ifumi is dragging the suspect away?
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
Blueprints?
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Damn.
Shoot!
You dressed me up in that, then you just draped me. You tried to make me look...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person in there's no way they could stand up
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Scotty, that last one. Let's read that.
You dressed me up in that suit after
Oh,
I
the
passed
costume
out!
and like the blueprints.
Then you just draped me across his... You tried to make me look...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing. If the person inside the suit was there's no way they could stand up.
No, that's wrong.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Ooh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Who tried to kill you? Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hadakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
I'm looking.
Kyoko,
She's getting desperate.
what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
What was one thing to remember about how Hifumi addressed people?
I've largely ignored.
What does he call Makoto? He doesn't call Makoto Makoto.
He doesn't call Makoto.
Nike. Which is his last name.
Because people by their last name. It's Celeste's last name.
Ludenberg.
How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Agakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Love this voice actress. She's killing it.
I know the voice actor's doing amazing. The character's a bitch.
Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
We have to look at her e-handbook. There you go.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
Oh, this one has tiny
how
time.
many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
So that means Kyoko knew the
How many times?
but she was the one who told us to remember the handbook.
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Book you.
No, that's wrong.
Show us handbook
That's
then.
it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before. So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
I don't think you have the power to do that.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing argument. So we have talking to Hifumi. Oh, Lord.
Let's start from the end and work our way backwards.
You know what? That actually might be pretty easy. Okay, so this is them killing Hifumi. So I don't think hammer. What in the hell? He's doing a dance. This one?
Yes.
I think this would be a time one, probably. So hang on, this is... What time is this?
That's 1.
1, and then this is 6, because that's his watch.
Oh, this would be Justice Hammer 3, right?
I think so. Found him in the library. He got hit with Justice Hammer 2. That's not what the picture looks like. This is him killing Taka. And I think that would be the watch. Wait, no, this would be the watch. So that's him looking at. So
this would be the camera.
The camera?
Yes.
Wait, no, this would be the camera.
Ah.
So what is this? That's to him do with him and Taka. Bro, none of these fit.
4. Maybe it's Justice Hammer 4.
Right, no, he did kill him with Justice Hammer 4, yeah, you're right.
This is Hero.
Hero. There's 2 here. So this would be 1, and then whatever this one is. So then this one has to be this picture. Because usually the ones you don't use are ones that are already in a panel or from previous ones. So we've used all of them now. So this has to be this one. So we have them
with assailant.
Them talking to Hifumi. At 1, they meet with Hero and they get him, put him in the suit, take a picture with the suit on. At 6, kills Taka with Justice Hammer 4. They find the picture. Hifumi gets hit with Justice Hammer 2. Goes to the nurse's office, does his old thing. Puts down Justice Hammer 3. Oh my god, he's dead. Also find Taka. Wraps him in the thing and pushes the dolly to the room. And then they're here, and then kills him with the hammer. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
So wait, Hifumi killed Taka just because of alter ego, right?
That was for a reason he chose Taka to kill.
I hate you.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last was forced to utter such words. They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Ooh.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
You know, I wonder what...
Not bad. Not bad.
I wonder what the phases are. Because there's no way we got an A rank for all those. Because we definitely shot some that were wrong.
I think as long as we weren't, like, complete blithering idiots, we're fine.
Maybe it's only for the final wrap-up? I don't know. Holy shit, 100 coins.
Jesus Christ.
Delicious.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Also, she dropped her accent.
Mm-hmm. I think whoever's in charge has to, like, restock the coins.
That'd be funny. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. By blacking this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celeste Lutenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yurishiro. I did not pronounce that correctly at all.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? How'd you get him to agree? Can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder.
Don't mention alter ego. Don't mention him. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know?
I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her.
Damn.
For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but there's the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
And you're the one who stole
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
it? And you used it to drag Hifumi into a plan you'd come up with.
Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you looking at?
What's that in the background?
Which one?
On our right, his left.
I literally cannot tell. Some kind of figure.
No, on the wall.
Oh, on the wall.
There's a bow and arrow towards his shoulder as well on that same side.
That's a cosplay. Good fucking riddance, Jesus Christ.
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with
It
this?
was Taka. He stole it.
What?
So
And I
then,
have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera.
He has a body pillow.
I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there.
You went into Taka's room?
I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Ifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. How'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
Celeste isn't either of them.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
This bitch.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
I will not take this Taka slander, you fucking snake.
You wench.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. Hey, I mean, I know he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined it would go that far.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. Mans goes Super Saiyan.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? Don't you mean?
Taka is going to try to kill you,
What?
indeed.
and also he can keep her to himself.
This is unforgivable!
You're the bastard. Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem.
You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
Why you decided to make me the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it?
Let's see.
In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
Cry. Continue explaining your plan to Fumi. How did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming he would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death and he just barely held on.
And you really believe that?
Of course, that wasn't all there is to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you plan to kill him all along?
But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take it this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But...
How long you've been saying that you just had to accept living here?
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
There was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And
what was the dream?
What was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle.
To start the execution.
A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about! Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. Got right to the edge, but...
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why are you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had the choice, then...
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey!
Just get executed again.
Celeste smiled then. When she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Y'all done? Okay, let's get this rolling. The black indestructible the piece and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
The ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Wow, punishment time where we don't feel like shit.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
Just want to alter your locker.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again.
in another life.
Or in the spin-off.
Spin-off?
Not the girl spin-off, the Danganronpa S.
Oh yeah, the summer one, right?
Yes.
Ah.
See you then.
The good universe, right?
Yeah. Ha. Very rare times do we have a punishment time where we're not, bawling our eyes out. Oh, look, you got your wish. It's a capsule. Eh?
She's burned at the stake?
The burning of the Versailles Witch. So in reality, all that she really was a European otaku. Oh.
What?
Fire truck? Oh. Oh, she's not gonna die by the fire. Quicker than fire, I guess. That's... Huh. It's not how a hose works. That one kind of sucked.
Yeah, that was not good.
We had pelted by a billion baseballs, and then Mondo butter, and then we just had ran into it by a fire truck.
Burned at the stake, then ran into.
Yeah. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Okay, so we have our look at our people now.
And there's 7.
Who's dying next? Because we still have 3 more trials. Wait a second. If we have 3 more trials, that means everyone's dead. Except for the cook.
Question. If there's 3 people left, and one of them kills 2, do they just automatically get to leave?
I guess. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point, I considered her a friend too. For him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world. And some more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young, and you place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, I heard that you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do you care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. My destiny to knock you down one by one. That said...
It's sad.
It's sad. Yes, it is. But it's the reality that just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
Strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Yoko, I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste.
No.
No.
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
Yoko.
Wah-wah?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do?
A.
What'd you do to me?
A? Right, because she has amnesia.
Right.
Ooh.
What?
Not like that, you fucking bear.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my... Oh, no!
no!
It is like that!
Ooh, how exciting!
What did I do?
Oh man, oh cheese! Oh man, oh cheese!
What do you mean? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time for me to get out of here. You know, you guys can go enjoy your school life. Get lonely? Give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course. See ya.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
Suppose sometimes it's easy to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good luck.
We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
You don't have to ask.
As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Right.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
That's up to you.
Yo!
Going to the dining hall? Okay.
So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
Hey?
Ayo.
I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
So then...
Yeah! Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Safe. Thank goodness.
I've never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer.
Now we can officially say this case is closed.
As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
Is that why you wanted to come in here?
However...
Boss, it's not something you need to know right now.
I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried?
Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
It's only natural that they think I'm the Master's mind spy, right? And you too.
No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me?
Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me, too. Because we're friends.
I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. Tell you why I've been disappearing. You know, see...
No.
So there's spiders in the events, right?
What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
Boys' bathroom, 2nd floor, doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And the storage closet there, way in the back.
See, this would be a good cliffhanger, but I want to know.
I wanna know, I wanna see, so what's wrong with taking the back street?
There's no storage closet. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet.
Wait, there's misaligned textures.
As that fire being baked in. The shunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Boom. I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? We'll find out next time.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa boy, things are heating up. So, final thoughts on Hifumi? He had the motivations, right? Celeste told him all that bullshit that did not happen. And so he was trying to be like the hero, you know? But
He just wanted to be a hero. That's all he wanted.
young Midori. But he,
No. Big Midoriya.
he did not follow the right person. Final thoughts on Taka.
May he rest in peace, my sweet prince.
He just got character development, damn it, and they didn't use it at all. And finally, final thoughts on Celeste.
Her execution was lame.
She was a bitch.
She was a bitch.
She was literally, out of all the people so far, she has been the most evil.
Except for maybe Byakuya.
Byakuya hasn't even killed him. But she just...
So he's just an ass then.
Now he's just an ass. But she literally... For your dream of being in a castle with vampire butlers, you fucking weirdo. Yeah. Celeste is really a hater or a lover.
Before we knew her dream and why she did all this, she was pretty cool.
Also,
Then-
props to the voice actress.
Yes, props to the voice actress. She did awesome. Just that her character is an ass. Much like Byakuya.
So yeah, with that, I've been Player One.
I'll be Player 2.
And we'll see you next time when we find out what the hell is in this room. Bye-bye.
Bye.